Welcome to Arcade Audio.
Welcome to Dilettante Ball. I'm Johnny.
I'm Spencer.
Here on Dilettante Ball, we go on Friday Night Lights wiki website.
We click random article.
And we talk about it.
Yeah, we do.
Real quick, the elephant in the room. We missed 2 weeks in a row. I think it was 2 weeks.
Did we miss two?
I think so. Which we've never done ever in the history of the podcast.
No.
And it's obviously because Spencer got a new dirt bike.
And you can't catch me for shit. I'm just wheeling all over the place.
Yeah, so very sorry, but we've set up the we now have the capability to record while Spencer's on his dirt bike.
Yeah, I hope this windscreen is working because I'm going 30, 40 easy right now. Yeah, I mean it's hard to record a podcast that you normally when Johnny and I record a podcast we sit in his closet and we breathe into each other's faces.
Yeah,
so it's hard. So we try to social distance. It's a little hard. Yeah, you did a drive by last night. Okay, I'm dropping the microphone off in your front door. Okay, you got it. Okay, bye. All through chat.
But we've got it, and
hopefully you're hearing this.
Yeah, hopefully. I've never I have edited the podcast, and we do record on separate devices, so this probably shouldn't be that much easier or harder for me to edit. Or
it shouldn't be any
different. Should be about the same.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
All of the difficulty lies in my hands.
Getting me the file.
Literally, yes. I
just dropped the file off in front of my door.
That's for a second I thought I had to do that. I was like, oh god, I want to bring his microphone back to him. So stupid. It's gonna be like Neo in the Matrix when they send him the cell phone via FedEx. I'm about to do that to you. Oh god. Yeah, I just learned about the red light on the microphone means that it's recording, and this is going to year 9 maybe of this podcast.
Yeah,
something like
we've
that.
Been doing it a long time with the same microphones
from day one. Yeah, so we're doing all right.
Yeah, and the other probably larger elephant in the room that we should talk about, I think, is Animal Crossing.
Boy, talk about speaking of elephants, I don't have any elephants in my village yet. Do you?
No, I have. I have 2 rhinos, which is close.
Oh, so jealous.
And I had 1 rhino, and I invited another one because I thought they might hit it off. They didn't seem to, and then I wanted to get rid of one of the rhinos because I have all mammals right now, and I would like a bird or maybe a gator or something.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I'd love a gator.
And what do you know? The rhino that I wanted to leave today, she just told me, I'm heading out. And I got real excited.
I had the same thing happen to me. I had one of my OG villagers was Samson the mouse. He's cool, whatever. And then another mouse moved in named Chatter.
Okay.
And he's whatever, but Dana doesn't like him.
Okay.
And today he did the same thing. He was like, I'm thinking about moving. And I went, peace, dude. And he said, all right, well, I guess that settles it.
Because have you seen, because you can make them leave, but it's so sad.
It's through Isabel?
Yeah. If you say, I want to talk about someone, you can be like, I think they need to go. But I saw someone put a screenshot up, and the villagers, when you ask them to leave, are, devastated.
Oh, my God.
So, I wanted this rhino to leave, but I could not bring myself to do it.
No, it's certainly not. Do you think that they put that into the game so that you didn't just willy-nilly, I want him to leave. They need you to feel bad so you don't do it too often?
I don't know, because there are so many there are hundreds of villagers.
There's at least 200, right? There's probably more than that.
I think it's 400.
Jesus, man, yeah. I got a cool one in my village. Her name is Coco. She's a rabbit who is also
nice.
A gyroid.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So here's something I didn't know, and I'm not gonna be able to explain it exactly, but gyroids in the game are based off of these burial, not urns, but figurines.
Okay.
At some point in Japanese history, people were buried with these things, and gyroids are based off of them.
Okay.
And if you recall in the first Animal Crossing game, or maybe all the Animal Crossing games except this one, the way you find gyroids,
Digging them up.
you dig them up.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's creepy, right? So anyway, so she's a rabbit, but she looks like a gyroid. So, or she looks like, more accurately, she looks like one of those burial dolls.
That's very cool. What's her
Yeah.
name? Coco?
Coco.
Okay.
Yeah. I've seen some. Yeah, who do you have?
Oh, go ahead. I've got
In terms of cool people.
so I just got I think he's like a wolf named Kyle.
Cool.
He's a pretty cool dude.
I think I've seen him on Reddit. Someone was being chased by bees or being chased by wasps, and as they were running by, I think it might be Kyle, they like talked to him in the middle of being attacked by bees, and he just goes, "Hey man, I don't want no part of this."
Well, he's wearing like, at least when I first encountered him, he's basically wearing what Uncle Jesse from Full House wears, like a white shirt with a black like vest over it, and
so cool.
like a chain. He's not wearing a cross, but like he might as well be wearing a chain with a cross on it. And it's like, yeah, I like your deal. I like your deal big time.
That's awesome. I forget who it was I was visiting, but they had a robot frog, and his name is Ribbot.
Ribbot is very cool.
Yep. And someone else I visited had an octopus who was like, his head was a lollipop,
Okay.
and his name was
I like how
Zucker.
that's very good. I like how
Yeah.
some of them are just regular animals, and some of them are kind of animals. They're wuzzles. They're wuzzles of animals and something else.
They're elephants and woozles or whatever.
Have you? Oh wow! So, heffalumps and woozles are
Right.
these? Were they combinations of things, or were they just elephants and
Weasels?
yeah? Or were they combinations?
I think they were just creatures created by Winnie the Pooh, fucked up on acid.
Because there was a show called The Wuzzles, a Disney show,
Oh, weird.
where they would basically, each of the people was two animals, 2 times the fun wrapped up and rolled into one. That's in the song. So they're 2 animals combined. So there's like Bumbleion, who is a lion and a bumblebee.
Sure.
Um,
What's a wuzzle?
they're all wuzzles.
Oh, I see. A wuzzle is the word for these types of abominations.
Yes.
Okay.
I wonder if, because that was a show from like the 80s or 90s, so I wonder if they kind of took the Winnie the Pooh thing and said, what the hell?
We got this idea anyway. I guess we'll use it.
Yeah. The song, though, thinking back, ooh, they got originality, living with a split personality.
Okay.
Not-
Okay.
Not ideal. I wonder if that's on Disney Plus, huh?
I don't know. I know they just added Onward to Disney Plus because Onward got fucked real bad because it came out like the day of everyone being like, all right, shut it down.
We watched it last night.
Is it good?
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It was not unenjoyable, but I think of all of the Pixar movies that I have seen, which is most of them, it didn't. I would watch most of the other Pixar movies again before I rewatched this one, I think.
That's a shame. It seems to me like is it like, from the little I've seen, is it like a D&D adventure but from the point of view of the orcs kind of?
Kind of. It sort of feels like a hat on a hat in some ways, because it's like we're all magical creatures, but the premise is like we're magical creatures. No one uses magic anymore because technology is easier, but magic did exist. And then I couldn't really understand if people still believed in magic or like really understood that it was real.
Weird.
There were like a lot of things going on, and the world, I couldn't wrap my head around the world.
Is this? It's like a what is Neoscum? What's the world that they use, the D&D world they use?
It's
It's not cyberpunk, but it's like But basically, it's Dungeons and Dragons, but it's in the future. So magic is still around, but there's also technology.
Wait, what the hell is the system called? Why can't I remember this?
I don't remember.
Shadowrun.
Shadowrun. Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it was like the opposite of that. I don't know. It was very strange. Like everything was it was exactly like this times, but they were all, D&D creatures.
Sure.
It was, I don't know, but then and then some people seemed like they participated in the magic stuff when it existed, but they made it seem like it was thousands of years ago because
sure.
they had, all of the technology that we have, so they would have to have developed it over the same amount of time, you would think.
I love trying to figure out the logical, elements of this movie.
Well, and then what really noodled my noggin was thinking about. So they have cars. What do they they have regular cars in the Onward universe. Do they have a movie about cars? Do they have their own cars? And what would the Onward universe version of the movie Cars look like?
Well, that's kind of like in zombie movies, they've never seen zombie movies.
Right. Except for, there are some where it's this is, I think Zombieland is one where they, explicitly have.
Sure, I can see that.
But I think in general, like The Walking Dead, they're
right.
what's the deal with this? I know we said we weren't going to dwell on it, but here we are. That reminds me of how there's a board game called Pandemic that was just kind of a fun little laugh.
Yeah, I've had the legacy version of Pandemic sitting here. I've been staying with my girlfriend for a couple weeks now, and it's just been sitting here. I was so excited to play it, and now I'm like, man, no other board games here, huh? Just this one.
It's a big oopsie.
Yeah, it's literally it's 5 feet away from me. I can see it right now.
Don't touch it.
Yeah, I can't. Well, what if you have to? Maybe it's like Jumanji. I have to play it and beat it.
You know what else we watched? We did watch Jumanji: The Next Level.
That's this newest iteration.
Yes. Yeah.
How was that?
It was fun. The first one was definitely better, but it was a fun time.
In other words, the first reboot, sort of.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, I believe, is what it was called.
Oh boy. Okay.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. I'm sure it's fine. It's
a treat. This one was not as good, but it's very funny watching The Rock do a Danny DeVito impression. I don't care who you are. That's fucking good. That's good shit.
I want to watch that version of Face Off. It's The Rock and Danny DeVito.
I think at least the first one is worth your time.
Okay. Is it on Disney Plus?
No.
Is it a Disney movie? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay.
We watched the first one in theaters. We were going to watch this one in theaters, but never got around to it. And that's that.
I just assume Disney owns everything, so.
Well, you're not wrong. I was watching Goof Troop.
Yeah.
It doesn't super hold up, but I was thinking, you've got your classic Disney characters. You've got your Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, the Fab Four.
Sure.
And someone somewhere said only one of these people has canonically fucked, and it's the idiot. And that's so wild to me.
That's really interesting. I hadn't thought about that. No one else really has offspring, do they?
No.
Well, who is Donald? Who is Donald's unnamed sibling that had Huey, Dewey, and Louie?
I think in the comics or something, he has Donelda or something, who's his sister, whose kids they are.
Sure. And then she dies and gives them to him in the will.
Yeah. Well, and then I don't know how Scrooge is related to Donald.
Isn't Scrooge Donald's great uncle or something?
Something weird. The new DuckTales is extremely good.
Extremely good or extremely goofy movie?
It's an extremely goofy movie.
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever seen an extremely goofy movie.
Man, I was talking to somebody and they said it was better than the first one, and
That's impossible.
yeah, I know. That's why I can't remember who they are because I blocked them out of my mind.
The first one is I would like to watch that, and that's kind of the reason why I started watching Goof Troop.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think that there is much continuity between the two, other than like the characters are kind of the same.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Did they make my in my head the Goofy I know is the Goofy from the Goofy movie. Is he like way stupider in the past, or like, you know what I mean? Like, what's his deal? Is he like an idiot?
Yeah, he's stupid in the movie too.
I don't remember.
His name is Goofy. Well, his name is whatever, Richard Geef or whatever. But right? Isn't that?
I don't know. Yeah, Richard Geef. Yeah,
I swear to God,
that's my favorite Street Fighter character.
I legally can't look it up, but I swear to God, his like, you know how like Shaggy's real name is like Orville Rogers,
Right. Sure. Yeah.
and I think Barbie's real name is like Millicent. It might be Millicent Rogers or something like that.
Could it be like Barbara Millicent Rogers?
I don't know if Barbie's in there at all.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's like, I feel like, yeah, like from the 20s to the 40s, people just had nicknames that had nothing to do with their name.
Yes. My friend's name, it doesn't matter because the story isn't about him. It's about his mom. I don't know her real name, but everyone just calls her Gidget. And I can't imagine what that's short for, but I think her name's just like Stephanie. You know, like it's...
So it's not
just,
not like Margaret or something?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, even like someone who's named Margaret, their nickname it can often be Peg.
Really?
Yes, Peggy.
Weird.
I have no idea why.
People that are named John go by Jack, which is...
That was the first one I thought of too.
It's the same number of letters. It's nothing. What are you doing?
I don't know. Or like if your name is Edward, you can go by Ted. Where does the T come from?
I don't know. Maybe
Ted.
Yeah. And maybe well, and if you're Richard, it's Dick.
Yeah, I'd love
William
to know
is Bill.
Yep.
I don't know.
Greg is Jimmy for some reason.
Is that true?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, Jimmy is short for Greg.
Johnny's short for John.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. That reminds me, did I tell you? I think I did tell you. In my Animal Crossing world, I caught a snapping turtle and made him my pet, and he's got his own wing in my house now, and his name is Greg.
How much room does he take up?
The entire left room of my house.
Is he in an enclosure or is he just...
He's just
free
out and
roaming?
about. He's
For
just
real?
He's just a turtle in the middle of my room.
That rules. I caught what, like a sailfish or whatever, you know, those big
Huge.
fuckers. And I was
Those
like,
big fuckers.
Them big fuckers. This is gonna look sick in my house.
I was wondering what they would look like. Yeah,
have you seen?
not out in the world. No.
It's basically like an above ground pool that you have to put in your house, and it looks dumb as shit.
Yeah, I had that thought with an oarfish, which is just like a 10-foot long fish. I was like, what could this possibly look like?
Oh, maybe that's the one that I was thinking of then.
But yeah, it was like exactly like an above ground pool. And I was like, this is stupid. I hate this.
Yeah, it was a real bummer.
Yeah, no, I made this whole room for my turtle, which he does nothing. He's completely stationary. You can go up to him and press A, and he like kind of pokes his head out and goes like. Meh. And then, so I put like a pet food bowl out and a place for him to sleep, like a little. Basically, I put a bunch of cat toys down for him, and then put like a pond in my room and some flamingos by the like. I made like a really nice little like sanctuary for him with like logs and stuff. And Danny was like, "Oh, cool! Like, does he eat the food?" And I was like, "No, I'm just playing pretend within my video game. Like, it's so many levels of stupid."
I'm going to change the subject, but talking about animals reminded me. So I found out that my mom started listening to the podcast again, I guess because she has some time on her hands.
Uh-huh.
And she was very interested in our animal rankings.
That was a hot button issue for a lot of people. I want to apologize to all the rat fans out there.
Yeah. So she said we talked about butterflies but never rated them. And I was thinking a lot about it, and I think that butterflies need 3 separate.
I was gonna say
ratings.
it depends on how close you are to the butterfly. It changes their rating.
Butterfly, A, obviously.
Okay.
Caterpillar,
Ooh.
C.
D.
I think that the chrysalis is a D.
Well, I was gonna say butterflies are like Monet paintings. So like from far away, you're like, "Wow, it's a beautiful painting," and you get up close, and you're like, "This is gross and weird. What the fuck do you do?" So like,
where would you put butterfly?
butterflies, I'll grudgingly give you A ranking. I don't know about that, but if you look at them up close, C at best.
It is funny that we kind of give them a pass because they are still bugs.
Yeah, but they're predictable and they're beautiful.
Oh wow!
Those are the
Just like-
two. Just like what?
Just like me.
Just like you, predictable and beautiful. You know, because that's one of the things that freaks you out about, like, for example, like a cockroach. They're just scurrying all over the place. They look like this little brown idiot. I don't like them.
Yeah.
You know, grasshoppers. Who knows what they're up to? No way.
What about? Do you remember by you in Florida? Did you get like locusts? The big fucking like orange grasshoppers.
Not a ton, but here and there, yes. No, those are no good.
I remember the first time I saw one.
Yeah.
The 2 most horrifying things that I have ever seen in my life when I was a child that have stuck with me is the first time. You know how the moon looks different sizes sometimes?
Sure.
The first time that I saw the moon and it looked like fucking huge.
Uh-huh.
Because I had just started playing Majora's Mask and I had never seen the moon or noticed that the moon looks really big sometimes.
Right.
And then the first time I saw a locust like sitting on the side of my house, I was like, that's too big. That's too fucking big.
Yeah. So someone said like bugs should never have faces.
Ugh.
Yeah. Those guys are no good. I wonder if that's why people don't like moths, is because they're so unpredictable. They're just flying everywhere.
Well, but then the okay. I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast, but when we were in Costa Rica, which is maybe the most beautiful and incredible place I've ever been.
Sure, yeah.
They had moths that were extremely too big. Like inches across.
For sure.
Half a foot.
Half a foot. No, that's no good.
And they wouldn't.
Leave
I
you
don't know
alone.
if I ever saw one fluttering around like a standard type moth. They would just be on the side of a building.
Sure.
And I don't like that either, because you don't know when they're going to snap and just fly into your face. You know? At least when they're fluttering around, it's like, okay, well, they're just like fucking around the light and they're probably not going to mess with you.
Right.
But when they're just right there,
Just ready to pop off at any moment.
and they're so big, they could just pick you up
Just
and
lunge at you. Yeah.
throw you into the light. Oh, no.
What's interesting about our recording right now, Johnny, is you and I really haven't not really seen or really talked to each other in, I don't know, what, 3 weeks maybe?
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're going to get to an actual episode, so to speak,
Yeah,
of this.
we're just catching up. Oh wow, we've been going for a minute.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I can just pull one up to fulfill our legal obligation.
Yeah, let's do that. And the only reason I mention it is because, like, at this point, it feels like I have to mention it.
Yeah. The third elephant in the room.
Yeah. Speaking of
Okay.
elephants and butterflies, do you remember that game Elephant
Yeah,
that involved both of those items?
it did.
Why does everyone know about butterfly nets?
I don't know. Why do dog catchers have nets?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like everyone knows about butterfly nets and anvils, and it's only from Looney Tunes.
Huh. Were anvils still widely used when they made Looney Tunes?
Yeah, anvils must have been a big deal in American culture in the 40s. I don't know.
Because I obviously I know what they're for. When you see someone you don't like, you drop it on their head, so it
Right.
gets a big lump.
Right, assuming that you don't have a piano to drop on them. Mm-hmm. And then when they emerge from the piano, their teeth are the the keys.
Yeah. But I mean, I can't imagine there was much smithing happening in the 40s.
Right? Couldn't be, right? I mean, you don't make bullets from anvils. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no smithing
Right.
bullets.
Why are anvils that shape? Why aren't they just
A big
like
block.
yeah?
Who had the first anvil to create the anvil shape?
Fuck.
You know what I mean? Like, is that something you anvil on, or did they cast it that way?
You must have to cast it.
Yeah, why do they do that?
And why do they always play that one song when you're using an anvil?
What song is that?
Dun, 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 king, dun, dun, king, dun.
Well, it's for the same reason that every time you're in a factory, there's only one song that plays in the Amazon warehouse.
Yeah.
What's
Oh, what? That's not the factory song?
the factory? Oh, the factory
That's
song
the circus song.
No. That's like maybe
Or
so.
if you're like spinning plates or something.
You're right. The factory song I forgot is do 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 do
Yeah.
do.
I do know what that song is called.
Is it called like Powerhouse or something?
It is called Powerhouse.
Nice. Okay. Very
Just like in a Goofy movie. I know that's not Powerhouse. Seeing Other People is the 8th episode of season 2 and the 30th episode overall of Friday Night Lights. It aired on November
This is
30th.
the perfect episode
2007.
title. The perfect episode title to get. Like, Seeing Other People.
Yeah.
Like, no, we're not.
Nope. Oh, wow. Okay, this is fun. Matt decides he wants an open relationship because he likes his grandma's caretaker and his current girlfriend.
I'm going to assume one is 40 and one is 18. You decide which.
Things explode at the Taylor house when Eric goes off on Tammy Hold on. Things explode at the Taylor house when Eric goes off on Tammy for a relationship with someone at work. I assume for her relationship with someone at work. After Tammy goes off on one of Julie's teachers. Okay. A lot of
Someone's
going off on people.
Yeah.
Landry contemplates turning himself in after he goes in place of Tyra to meet her attacker's brother. Smash's first recruitment trip leaves him thinking twice about college. There is so much happening in this episode.
Oh my god. Who are these people? Who's Landry?
I don't know.
Is he the beer truck driver?
There's also, so that was the synopsis. Now I'm seeing the plot.
Oh, good.
It's long, but I'll read you the first sentence and the last two sentences.
Perfect.
The Panthers lose a game.
Okay.
Okay. Shucks. Matt and Carlotta have sex.
Okay.
Landry goes to the police station and confesses that he killed Mike.
Here's what I'll say. Those stakes are perfectly raised. Like, that's the order you want to do things in, I think.
Yeah. Lose a game, have sex, confess to murder.
Smell you later. That's
Okay. Red light.
yes. Oh, I never noticed
Okay.
that before.
Are you serious?
This
Oh my god.
is great. Okay. I don't know. Do we need to talk? I mean, we're good, right?
Yeah, we know what we're doing.
Okay.
We've been doing this for 6 or 7 months, so I think we're good.
Yeah. Now I know about this red light thing. Ooh.
What did you think I was looking for when I would check to see if we were recording?
That it looked like it was doing things. I don't know.
That's great.
Literally, yeah. I don't know.
Thank you for playing Arcade Audio. Play more at arcadeaudio.net.